Now, a lot of people are seeing the stock market and what it's been doing recently, because it's been doing well, and they're not really sure how to take advantage of that or start getting invested, especially if they don't have a lot of money. So today, I'm going to show you how to start investing in the S&P 500 using the SoFi app. Now, this video is not sponsored by SoFi. It's really not sponsored by anybody for that matter. It was just the easiest app that I was most familiar with, so I decided to use that one. But there are a lot of other apps that you can use out there if you don't want to use the SoFi app. I can leave a link below in the description with some other platforms that you can check out as well. But in general, the principles that I'm going to describe right now will be the same. And the goal is really just to get you set up quickly and get started investing with as little as 25 bucks a month, which is perfect if you really just kind of want to dip your toe in the water and start investing in the stock market. But before we jump into the screen recording and I walk you through signing up, let me share why I chose investing in the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is one of the most well-known stock market indexes. It represents like 500 of the largest companies in the United States and serves as a benchmark for kind of the overall stock market. But by investing in the S&P 500, you're essentially investing in a little bit like tiny slice of America's biggest and most successful companies like Apple, Amazon, Tesla. And it's a great way to diversify your portfolio and capture the growth of more like the broader market. Now, I also want to talk about a concept called dollar cost averaging. I like using dollar cost averaging as a strategy because what it does is instead of investing like a large sum all at once, say $10,000 or $5,000 or even $1,000, depending upon how much money you have, you invest smaller amounts at regular intervals, whether it be weekly or monthly or whatever. And this strategy helps you kind of like smooth out the highs and the lows of the market and reduces the risk of investing everything, that big lump sum we talked about, at the peak. It kind of keeps it averaged across, through average deposits that you have. So it's a simple kind of beginner-friendly way to build good investing habits and grow your financial position just over time. I also want to talk about the power of compound interest. When you speak of growing wealth, you really need to talk about compounding interest and what that means. I mean, Albert Einstein once called compounding interest the eighth wonder of the world. And because the longer you stay invested, the more your money makes money, and that money that it made also has a chance to grow. So essentially, it's exponentially. That's why starting as early as possible is key, even if you're investing small amounts. Now, there's an important disclaimer before we dive into the app. I want to make something super clear. I do have a financial background, and I'm very familiar with the financial products, such as the one that we're discussing today. And I've been a registered rep in the past and held various licenses earlier in my career to sell investment products exactly like this one. But I'm not actively a registered financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. Everyone's situation is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. I strongly recommend you speak with an active, licensed financial professional to figure out what's the best strategy for your specific goals. All right, now that we've covered the basics, let's hop into the SoFi app where I'll show you step by step how to set up your account and start investing in the SPY ETF. So we're on the SoFi app. I did this on my desktop, and the opening screen is let's get started. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to fill out our information. Okay. And once you fill out your information, choose a password, hit next, then it's going to bring you to another page. Hit get started again. So basically you're signing up with telling SoFi who you are and all your information. Now you're saying get started. We're going to want to go in and we're going to go to the Invest tab. And once you click the Invest tab, it brings you to this screen. And in the top right-hand bar, you're going to type in SPY, S-P-Y. You'll see the SPY index, the 500, S&P 500 index. You should see it here. It's also Spider. Full name's actually Spider S&P 500. Their ticker is actually SPY. Hit get started. Go to active brokerage, self-directed because you're directing it yourself. Go to next. Fill out your personal details and your financial information. Get started. Then you're going to put in your street address that you want your information to go to. Employment status. What's your occupation? There's an other here all the way at the bottom. So if you're not sure if this doesn't fit perfectly with your situation, you can always go with other. Okay, hit next. Annual income. It's an approximation, what you think you do normally in a year. Date of birth, social security number. They're going to send you a text to verify that you're putting in your correct phone number. And then you're going to want to verify that. Then do a quick status check. Have you been notified by the IRS if you have backup withholding? Check the box, hit next. Do any of these statements apply to you? They want to know if you're connected with any of the companies you're buying. Okay. And now you go to finish account in the top brokerage in the top left there. After you click finish account, check your details, make sure everything looks good, go next. Okay, finish up. There's some legal terms. I will tell you, you should read all that. But I'm going through it pretty quick. So I hit next. It's all pretty standard stuff. All right, now it's thinking. So now I'm gonna add money. So the account's set up, I'm gonna add money. I'm gonna connect it to my bank account, and you should be all set. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful, but if you want more beginner-friendly investing tips, just drop me a comment in the box below and let me know what you'd like to see. Take care.